I got that drip, I'm on my shit, hey. I got that drip. Drip, 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 drip. Yeah. I got a drip, I'm on my shit. Nigga be mad, you was a bitch. I did this shit with no nigga or bitch. All by myself, give a fuck about a clip. I got a drip, I'm on my shit. Nigga be mad, you was a bitch. I did this shit with no nigga or bitch. All by myself, give a fuck about a clip. Cause I really done had the drip, yeah.
Your boy Big NPH, away team. Now make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'm multitasking right now. I'm actually cutting a music video while I talk to y'all. Yes, I'm a three-headed monster. I'll be in a warehouse. I'll be on this vlog. And I'll be in this music. Anyways, how y'all doing today? I'm gonna talk to y'all about this Chris Brown shit. I know I'm about 3-4 days late on it. All-Star weekend just passed. I think this is relatable. I think you don't have to be famous to relate to what I'm finna say. But see, personally, if I was Chris, if I was Chris, I wouldn't even, if I was Chris, I wouldn't even care about the NBA pulling that bullshit. I'm gonna tell you why. Even though you see how they still try to use him to bolster their views, they still want him to sit courtside. So they could, you know how they used to do Jack Nicholson and everybody in the courtside, Spike Lee and shit, you know. Boy, you goated. Your greatest artist of all time, period. Ain't no, I wear your shit. I wear your nothing. Okay, who y'all talking about? Okay, y'all talking about Pac, Biggie, Mike Jack, Elvis, Bob Marley, Drake. Okay, who y'all say? You the greatest artist of all time. And you get treated like this. This show you what times we in. Listen to me. This show what times we in. There's two things going on right now. First day first. Over something that had happened 10+ years ago. You see that the feminists have made this cancel culture hard on Chris. But I would say this too. You so goated. We live in a time now. We live in an era now. We live in a new era. We live in an era where gimmicks, spectacles, goofies, clout chasers, crybabies, drug addicts. I ain't talking about weed. I'm talking about heavy shit. Drug addicts. All that is respected more than greatness. Greatness ain't really respected, especially in the music, when it kind of music. It's not respected like it used to be respected back in the 90s. You feel me? Greatness was more respected in the 90s and the early 2000s. Greatness isn't respected no more. They just care about if you got the money and if people are talking about you. Chris give us good music year after year. We don't buy his albums that we supposed to for him to be literally see it as one of the greatest artists of all time. We don't buy his albums. I know y'all going to the shows and shit. I know y'all put them on the radio. I know y'all streaming records online and shit. That's cool. Nah, but we buy the albums like we supposed to. We live in an age where in this music game, greatness isn't respected no more. All that is respected is the headlines. The headlines became more important than the talent. See, if it was Young Boy or maybe not Young Boy, but if it was your Drizzy Drakes or your anybody else, they would have let them go and play in that game. But see, not only greatness is more respected than anything, but the NBA also knows that a lot of the people who buy the tickets are women. And there's still a lot of women who don't like Chris Brown because of what he did. I'm going to say this. Hey, whether y'all like Chris or not, that boy a legend, man. Chris a legend. Period. That's. He never been a more talented artist. You talking about overall. I think the closest talent to Chris is what? Like your Ushers. Niggas who do more than one thing. Niggas who could either sing and dance or rap and make beats like your Kanye's. I mean, those are the closest talents to Chris because, see, you can't compare Chris to the motherfuckers y'all compare them to. See, one thing I fuck with about Chris and one thing about Chris Brown that probably rubbed off on me as an artist. See, I knew me being a rapper, not knowing how to dance. I ain't no Chris Brown. I ain't got the Chris Brown Usher moves, Michael Jackson moves. I ain't no dancer. Alright? But me knowing that, that's what made me get into video production. I said, man, I gotta be bring multiple things to the table. This nigga can rap, sing, dance, draw, all type of shit, bro. Probably can produce. We probably just don't know. So with that being said, now I'm learning how to cut my vocals. You can do audio engineering too. I've been cut my videos shit since 2016. And I've got better every year. And even be at the bottom level, it's hard for me to feel comparable. You can't compare Chris to nobody. It might. Number one, he got more hits than everybody. Number two, he featured on more hits than everybody. That takes another type of talent too. So listen, man, NBA, I understand why y'all did what y'all did. It was a business decision. But at the same time, I think sometimes you gotta go against the grain. And I think sometimes you can go against the grain and do it in a way where you can go against the grain and you can do it in a way where, how do I explain it? You can do shit under the radar or, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like I wish it was a better way this could have went about. They really shouldn't have sent the invitation in the first place. If y'all do, y'all would take it back. This is a legend y'all play with. And I'm gonna be honest. Most of the world, not everybody, but most people done forgot about that little situation. That's why I say I feel like the NBA had to take about, I understand if it was 2011, 2012, though a little closer to the incident, 2010. But it's 2024. This is what I think too. I think that shows that maybe cancel culture is real. Because Chris Brown is literally, I'm not, this blog is literally, and shout out to Chris. And it's not because we both from Virginia. If I was from fucking Arkansas, if I was from anywhere else, I still would tip my hat off and let y'all know Chris goated with this shit. Chris, he goated with this shit, man. He goated with this shit. But NBA, y'all fucked up. For real, y'all fucked up. I mean, what made it worse, he by that way that had no involvement with y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if y'all thought having that high score All-Star game would run the views up. It really disappointed everybody. Because even though it's an All-Star game, and I understand they don't want the players to go too hard because they still in the season. They gotta make the playoffs. Man, back in the day, bruh, we talking like Kobe versus Iverson days and shit, nigga. Games wasn't high like that. It was probably, it might be like 120 to 117 or something reasonable. So I think in they mind, you felt delusional. Like in their mind, I think they feel like they doing something, with this Matador defense. And I mean, I don't even got to speak on the dunk contest. We know the dunk contest been lame forever, right? Everybody, y'all put no names in the dunk contest every year. Nah, fuck it's time, cause I grew up watching basketball, so I'm over. Even though I'm not a sports blogger, really, all I really blog about really is news and music. Basketball literally, is my favorite sport to watch. And to see how All-Star Weekend has just got week and week over the years. Yeah, I don't even think they put big names in the 3-point shootout contest no more like that. And I wonder why it's so fucked up. Is it because maybe once these guys sign certain endorsements and stuff, that maybe that might be on the endorsement that they can't play in the dunk contest because it could risk injury? Or I just don't understand it. Would it make their brand look bad if they lose? I don't know. I don't want to say it's someone to blame for this, but I'm gonna say this. I think players like Jordan and stuff turning the NBA into a profit game was a gift and a curse. Because see, back then they knew, they had brands to represent. Jordan had a brand to represent. This person had a brand. Or Shaq had a brand to represent. Everybody, but them niggas still went to the dunk contest. They wasn't afraid to compete. Y'all, what the hell? Why is there no Jason Tatum in the dunk contest? Why is there no Damian Lillard? Why is there no LeBron James? It's been disappointing me for years, man. It's been disappointing me for years, especially someone who grew up. I didn't get to see a lot of it because literally after I turned 6, you might as well say after I turned 6, they stopped putting superstars in. Like after 2000, they didn't put no more superstars. And even with Vince Carter being in the dunk contest in 2000, Vince really wasn't like Vince was like just becoming a superstar. Vince wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even think he had like that nickname, that Vince Sanity name. He might did. I don't know. I was so young. But it's just disappointed, man. Like All-Star Weekend, man. Y'all disappointed on the court and off the court. Like y'all fucking up with the GOATs. Y'all relationship with the GOAT. Like what? Man? This is like the new Michael Jackson, bro. This is like our Michael Jackson, bro. Like for real. I ain't no disrespect to Rihanna or anyone who ever go through domestic, but nah, man, I'm not gonna let that shit overshadow the fact that this is literally probably the greatest artist we've ever had on the planet. And you know, I think another thing that when I say downfall of Chris, I'm not saying downfall like something that he did. His only, this is honesty hour. I can't even. I mean, this is subjective, but I'ma only say this. The only reason why what I'm finna say is a downfall because how he came in the game. He came in the game so young and innocent. So they a little more judgmental about him doing any drugs. They judgmental about him even just smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? But they real judgmental about that powder shit. I'ma say this. That's really his only downfall. He's the greatest artist to ever do this. I think being from Virginia is a downfall. You hear me? But you think about it. I don't know if him and P are cool. I'm pretty sure they are. I don't know. I know him and Trey got records. But if you really think about it, every Virginia artist, every single one of them branched out and blew up by themselves. Chris included. Trey included. The only one who y'all could say really got some help maybe was the Clips. They got P help. Pharrell help. But other than that, anybody ever blew up? Missy, Timbo. I know I'm missing some folks. Young Mo. Me. Fuck. Because I'm next. Anybody from Virginia. It's something about us. It's not. I don't want to say it's a lack of camaraderie, but compared to other places, it is. And I think it starts with the people. It starts with the people. It's like if you go to Atlanta and you rap and you hard, big name or not, and I know this from personal experience, they're gonna somewhat, at least they'll somewhat get behind you. Virginia, it's not like that. Virginia, you gotta have a big name. You gotta be with a big name, have a big name. And if you really think about it, it's not a lot of situations like a Gotti and Bag, a Thugger and Gunna, shit like that. None of them situations were like that. The closest thing to that is pushing the Clips when you think about Virginia. So everybody, even though these dudes in the industry, so technically they really do it themselves, they still had to get themselves in the industry. It wasn't like any other city where you could bubble up a little bit. A nigga who in the game see your shit. Gucci gon' sign your ass. Dolph sign you. It ain't like that, Virginia. You really gotta do it all yourself. It ain't no big homie. DC ain't gonna fuck with you like that because they worry about they folk. Merlin ain't gonna rock with you like that. They worry about they folk. So I think that's the last downfall of Chris. Just being from Virginia is the downfall as an artist because you don't have no camaraderie. You don't have your state ain't pushing you. I'm pretty sure. I promise you, most of his sales are probably like in New York and Cali and shit. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Virginia gonna prove me wrong. Home state gonna prove me wrong, baby. Yeah, don't get me wrong. He come to a concert in Virginia. Yeah, they gonna go. I ain't saying tickets ain't gonna sell. They were aggressive in Virginia. I ain't gonna lie about that. When I was in Virginia, they played the shit out of Chris on the radio. I ain't gonna say that. But when you talk about really putting your dollar behind him, really fucking with him. It ain't like y'all, it ain't what it used to be. Not saying he ain't getting it. He probably getting off them streams, but I'm talking about the albums. And I'm gonna be honest, when I listen to the albums, and compare them to maybe some of the other people y'all hype up in the R&B game, it's I don't know. Like I said, we in the time where greatness is hated. See, Chris ain't no spectacle type of nigga for the most part. And if he ever does that, it's because he know he has to. Because that's the time we in now. It's like you gotta be beefing with somebody or doing something stupid. You can't. They don't want to appreciate you for your greatness. NBA tripping. NBA, once y'all invited him to that game, y'all should have stood on that. Y'all should have stood on that. And he, but like, I don't know, I could be wrong. Women probably are heavy consumers of NBA gear and stuff. I feel like males are probably number one consumers. But I could be wrong. What I would say is this. Even though it's hard being an artist from Virginia, I think the number one thing I love about us I think the state not showing the proper support. And I ain't gonna say the state don't support. Let me not get y'all Virginia. Let me not get my state going off and me saying, because I know y'all gonna hop in these comments and say, "Oh, we do support our state and all that." This is what I'm trying to say. I'm saying the proper support. It makes no sense that the city of Memphis, just one city, can turn their artists up more than a state can turn their artists up. Maybe more of y'all should be tapped into Young Mo. Maybe more of y'all should be tapped into me. Maybe more of y'all should be tapped into Driller. I don't know if this still do the name, and maybe more of y'all should be tapped into Vaughn from the A. Maybe more of y'all should be tapped into Black Cobain. I don't know why more of y'all aren't tapped into Black Cobain from Virginia. He signed the fucking Jet Light. He signed the Currency. Real talk. See, all these guys, they are, and that's why we get over here talking like this. I've always been cool with being seen as the bad guy, but I speak my mind. Motherfuckers say I'm complaining. Cool, whatever. That's what you call it. Cool. But I'm gonna say this: all those guys I just spoke on, None of them are gonna go on a platform and say what I just said, because number one, some of them have some of y'all support in the state, so they don't want to lose the support they do have in Virginia. So they ain't gonna come on these platforms and say that. Me, I've been in the South most of my career, anyways. Most of my support come from the South. It don't really come from where I'm from, but I love where I'm from. Still, it ain't. Whether Virginia play all my records or don't play one record, that's cool. I ain't been in Virginia since 2016. I stayed there 23 years of my life. About 23 years of my life. I was in and out certain parts. Certain parts I was going to college. I was in Maryland, but and this blog is about Chris and Virginia. You gotta tie the two together. But I'ma speak for them. I'ma speak for them. I don't care. Cause I don't got y'all support like that yet anyway. And whether I get it or not, I'm a hustler. I'm gonna get it. One thing about Miles. But y'all need to get behind all these artists from Virginia, man. A lot of these guys sound good. A lot of them have a distinct sound that really resonates with whatever part they're in. Y'all know how I go down in Richmond, Alexandria, Springfield, Fairfax, Reston, Woodbridge. Come on now. Y'all know how I get down. A lot of the music resonates with these areas and tells stories of what's going on. I know we ain't had a lot of star power. First reason, because it's easy to get caught up in Virginia. It's one of the easiest states to get caught up in some bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm telling y'all right now. But I'm gonna say this. We had a lot of star power. But y'all need to get behind these folks. A lot of these folks making good music. Everybody I said making good music. That's just Alexandria. That's just one city. That ain't even the rest of the state, man. It's probably about 40, 30, 40, 50 bumping artists out of the state. Y'all could turn up at least 20, 30 of them. Like everybody else do. I don't know if it's a hate thing. Like that whole area, it's a lot of explain it. It's a lot of hate and shit, but y'all gotta get behind these folks. Y'all need to turn y'all state up some more. Because until then, people ain't gonna really know the story of all they gonna know is what they see on the news. They ain't gonna really know. They ain't gonna know nothing about Virginia. It's big in PH, man. Wait till you switch. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. We out, man. Let's go.
Cash money.
I got a drip, I'm on my shit, hey. I got a drip. Drip, 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 drip. Yeah. I got a drip, I'm on my shit, nigga be mad, you was a bitch. I did this shit with no nigga or bitch. All by myself, give a fuck about a grip. I got a drip, I'm on my shit, nigga be mad, you was a bitch. I did this shit with no nigga or bitch. All by myself, give a fuck about a grip. Cause I really done had a drip.